up, everybody? Welcome to the pit. What are we going to do today? Well, first, I want to finish this pre-workout. Then, we're going to get on some squats and see what we can do today. We're probably going to see how many times we can take 455 for a ride. That'll kind of get me on track for the whole high-intensity Mike Mentzer one set to failure deal. I've kind of been bobbing around with my squat workout because I've been trying to get a PR before the end of the year and so on and so forth and blah, blah, blah. But I kind of really need to settle in on a weight. That way I can have something to build off of, kind of a foundation. I've got it with my bench press, got it with my shoulder press, got it with my deadlift. Now all I need to do is establish it with my squat. So let's get some warm-ups in, a little more pre-workout down, and see what we got. Also, another thing we're going to address today is how low to go when you're squatting. I can hear people now, you go ass to grass. And I hear other people, well, you got to go to your legs parallel. Then other people are going to say, well, you got to go to the crease in your hip or higher in your knee and all this kind of stuff. Look, listen, calm down. I'm going to address all of that. I'm also going to address something that a lot of people are going to disagree with. And that's how differently shaped people's bodies are going to affect their depth and what it looks like. So let's go ahead and talk about this and look at this right off the bat. All right, I've already got the bar on my shoulder. You really don't need any weight on the bar to give an example of what I'm talking about, okay? But let me show you. I'm gonna show you from the front and then I'm gonna show you from the side. Here we go. From the front, I'm gonna show you what I look like all the way down. That's pretty much me. That's my squat, okay? That's what you would call ass to grass for me. Let's do it one more time, all right? Now people are gonna say, hey, you need to squat lower. That's not quite depth. You need to get below parallel. Buddy, this is me relaxing. This is as far as I can go down. I'm sitting on the stretch of my tendons and muscles right now. This is it. Now let's do this from the side. That's me just sitting here, relaxed completely. All right? That's as low as I can go. But is it? And you may say, well, what do you mean? Let me show you. If you'll notice, that last squat was a low bar squat, and my setup was a little further out. Let me set my legs up a little close together, and I'll put my heels up on these weights right here. See what I'm talking about? Now, they are a little high, plus I've already got squat shoes on, so this is a little bit more of an exaggeration than I really need, but bear with me. I'm going to set the bar a little higher up on my neck to demonstrate a high bar squat. Notice my legs are closer together. My knees are going to be more out in front of me. Here we go. Look how much further down I can go. My knees are further out in front of me, not spread out so much like this. As I spread, it raises me up. Watch. When I go back on these weights, back down. Now watch me spread my knees out. You see how it raised my body up a little bit? That's just the way that my body is formed. That's just the way that my body is shaped. And there's a lot of people out there like that. Let's get back to that position and let's go up. All right, now let me move these weights and I'll show you from the side. As I said, these weights that I'm using for an example down here that I'm standing on, they are a little tall. Bar a little bit up on my shoulder, a little high. You see that? See how far down I go? Now watch me turn my legs. You see me turn my legs out? As in for a low bar squat. In. And then I'm going to spread them out. That's it. As you can see, there's a noticeable difference right there. And a lot of this is going to depend on an individual's flexibility. I'm 46. I don't have the flexibility that I used to have in my 20s and teens. I just don't. Even my 30s. Also, the larger you get, the less flexibility you're going to have. Don't let anyone tell you that that's not true. That is absolutely the truth. If you don't believe me, I want you to build your biceps up from 16 inches to 19 inches and tell me how it feels when you go to wash your back. Let me know. And the same is going to be with your thighs. Okay? The bigger your thighs, the less room you're going to have before they touch your calves. And your calves are getting bigger too. The less room they're going to have before they start hitting the sides of your stomach. Now my legs are about 26, 27 inches, okay? They didn't used to be that big. And that probably has a lot to do with me not being able to get as far down as I used to. If I stretched as often as I should, I could probably circumvent a lot of flexibility problems, so I recommend that you do that. And I'm gonna tuck my shirt in for this example, but watch when my legs start to hit the sides of my stomach right here, okay? Right there, you see that? Right there, it's when they start making contact. And that's my squat depth. I had a young friend of mine that was doing some competitions with me here a while back, and he struggles making depth because of the way his body's built. And he's a larger guy. When you start getting a lot of weight on your back, it helps you get better depth for obvious reasons. I just wanted to touch on that subject right there because there's a lot of people out there that struggle to make depth. They wonder why. You know, don't fret about it. Just work on it. Keep doing your very best to make your depth. But understand that certain sized people, certain shaped people, their depth is going to look a little different. I know it seems counterintuitive, but it just seems to sort of work out that way. And you know, maybe it's a flexibility problem that we should be working on. A couple of squat videos I made here a while back, I really questioned my depth. And I was missing my depth. Absolutely was missing it. At least on a few key reps. I mean, you can look at the videos and see. I don't want to just make my depth half the time. I want to make it all the time, okay? And for training purposes, as little depth as I was missing probably wouldn't make any differences in my strength gains. If people can box squat, I can certainly miss an inch, but it just aggravates the piss out of me. And I know that when I go to competitions, I'm going to want to know that I have practiced my depth. Again, for obvious reasons. Okay, let's move on. Let's see if I can't give you a better example with a little weight on the bar, all right? And remember, let's not lose sight of what the damn exercise is for. It's to make you stronger. Now, for those that are in competition and need their shit to look exactly right, you're going to get it right by necessity now, aren't you? I can already hear somebody chiming in. It's by necessity that everybody else wants a good squat too. Look, for all intents and purposes, if you miss an inch in your training, it's really not going to negate the benefits of a squat, now is it? Are you really going to sit there and tell me that doing a squat to this depth instead of this depth is going to make any damn difference whatsoever? The point I'm trying to make is, don't blow shit out of proportion. People get so lost in the minutia of training, they forget the vast majority of the benefits you're going to get from exercising, from training, is just getting under the damn bar and lifting heavy stuff until you can't. All right, now I'm not saying sit here and do half reps, you know, but you'll still get benefits out of that. Hell, I see people half repping every other damn exercise, and the world seems to be okay with it. Why not a damn squat? Of course, I'm just being facetious. I believe in doing a full range of motion on your squats. Listen, understand, the length of your femur and your upper torso, or lack thereof, has quite a bit to do with what your squat looks like. I'm 5'9", about 265, 270, it varies. And I've got a pretty long torso, okay? I carry a ton of weight up here in my torso. Now, while I really don't have long legs, obviously, for the length of my legs, I actually do have sort of a long femur. Some people with shorter femurs, their squat's gonna look different. You get what I mean? I hope that kind of gives you an example of what I'm talking about. And I'll try to put some pictures right here to show you. Squatting sucks, boy, let me tell you. That's why so few people do it. Because it sucks. It's right here, folks, on this last set of squats that everybody starts making deals with themselves. I'm no different. You'll find everything in the world to do but get under that bar. You'll look over in a corner, you'll do this, you'll piddle, but inevitably it's there waiting on you. That last set of squats is the hardest damn thing you'll ever do. We gotta do it anyway, don't we? We gotta do it anyway. Let's do it anyway. Baby. Woo! Woo! Come on. Woo! Woo! That's what I'm talking about. Woo, now we can take a break. Now we can rest. Woo! Folks, that wraps up this squat session. We wound up with 455 for 6 reps, I think. Next week I'll come in. I'll try to get 7 reps or 8. If I can get 8, then I'll drop back, put some more weight on the bar for next time, and we'll start all over, okay? I appreciate everybody watching. I hope everybody had a good Christmas, by the way. That was just yesterday. Remember, if you ever run across anything in life that's hard, it's difficult, makes you want to turn around, go the other way, kind of like your last set of squats, don't. Whatever you do, don't. Just stand there, look at it, study it, watch it, learn everything you can about it, muster all the courage you can, and then go over there and kick its ass. Hey, guess what? You might lose. It might kick your ass 2 or 3 times, but eventually you will beat it.
Yo, Adrian! I did it!
Doesn't matter if it's a hard situation at work, a hard situation at home, a heavy set of squats, a kick-ass training routine, might be a hard course in school. Most any situation can be beaten if you take the time to study it and learn all you can about it. All right? As I said, eventually you will beat it. And when you do, you will become a totally different creature. And that problem will never be a problem again. You will be able to beat it every single time. Then you can move forward and be stronger for the next problem. Because guess what? There's going to be one. There's going to be a new problem all the time. And all we can hope to do as a human being is just grow stronger as time goes on and keep beating these problems. And if we're lucky, we'll become wise enough to hopefully pass along these lessons to somebody that we love and care about. All right? So like I said, thanks everybody for watching. And remember, never be afraid.
To get in the pen.